An ex-AEW star makes a WWE debut, plus William Regal's post-AEW role has been revealed, and we have an update on WWE working with New Japan Pro Wrestling. It's all in the wrestling news right now. Always strange when you see somebody that you associate with one thing popping up on a different thing. But enough about me on the One Show last night. Let's talk about Kylie Rae. Who we know and love.
Shameless man.
I know, right? She was one of the sort of AEW OGs, was Kylie Rae. One of the first people that was signed up, Smiley Kylie. Went to do stuff in Impact, went to do stuff in Indies. She's had a few issues which have drawn her away from wrestling, but this is a step in a very exciting 2023 shaped direction for her.
So I think it was either last week or the week before the news broke that she was at the Performance Center along with other independent talents such as Casey Navarro, Dutch and Vincent, those spooky boys who we thought could be Uncle Howdy once upon a time, but I don't think they are going to be, are they, Tom?
No, I don't think it's not looking that way. They might be their own different thing now.
It could be, and that would be lovely also. But now Kylie Rae has gone from the Performance Center straight to bloody main event. Not the main event, straight to main event. Her new ring name is Brianna Rae, which is a lovely name. A ray of sunshine.
Yeah, Ray, they kept the Ray. You always keep the Ray. Keep the Brie. The Brie's my favourite cheese. Brianna Rae lost to Dana Brooke in her WWE debut. Whether or not this, she got an entrance. There's photos online of her Titantron. Can we still call it a Titantron even though it's not Titan Towers anymore?
Her PowerPoint presentation of her name.
We'll call it a Titantron. She's still got a Titantron, and I believe she got an entrance music and all that stuff. So there's obviously some investment in there. We'll see how it shows on main event when it's out later in the week.
Yeah,
I think she's a great get for the roster.
I feel like it's just having a very early look at her in front of a big crowd. There was a story in the news yesterday saying the likes of Come Tuesday, Von Wagner from NXT and Cameron Grimes were like on the horizon of getting a call up on at the top of the list of getting a call up and getting eyes on them like in front of a big crowd on a setting like main event is a way of sort of testing the waters. I think before last night's Raw, we had the news that Edris Enofe and Malik Blade were involved in the main event matches as well.
Yes.
So it's all just getting eyes on someone in front of a big crowd and seeing if they sink or if they swim.
Yeah, and hopefully we will see some good people swimming in 2023. It's all part of like a big shuffle for the women's roster of WWE. We've seen names like Emma and Tegan Knox making comebacks, like and Mia Yim as well. TV-ready female performers for the women's division has been a big part of the story. One already on TV is getting a very subtle character makeover.
It started on social media, but now it's bleeding over onto Monday Night Raw. We've seen little images and little videos and whatnot on Asuka's social media recently of her sort of going back to the Kana days of having like the clownish makeup, I guess we could call it. Is that fair to say? Some little spooky clown.
Some throwbacks and stuff, but she was also known, as well as having like some spooky makeup, for having none at all, which we saw on Raw.
Yes, we did. She was taking on Rhea Ripley last night. She lost that match thanks to Dominic Mysterio getting on the ring apron, doing some things. He got misted in the face and his face went blue. Dabba dee, dabba die. Corey Graves on commentary, quite interesting, was making lots of points about how this is a more serious Asuka. There's a bit of like a darker Asuka here. What does this all mean, everybody? So it looks like a little bit of a character shift could be on the horizon, good and proper for Asuka in the weeks to come.
Do you know what? I'm all for it. I think I love Asuka as a wacky comedy babyface, but there's a special energy about Asuka as this no-nonsense heel type persona. Not that she's turned heel, I'm just sort of looking a bit further down the line and thinking there's definitely something there, because I feel like Alexa Bliss maybe has a date with Uncle Howdy.
God, what if she aligns with Alexa Bliss? Because Alexa Bliss, as we saw on last night's Raw, she did the old... Well, she didn't do that. Uncle Howdy did that on the PowerPoint presentation screen, didn't he? And then she got, Alexa Bliss got Bianca Belair in the Sister Abigail position and then just sort of went, ha, Nelly got you.
What if the messages from Uncle Howdy and Bray Wyatt are for Asuka? And it just so happens that they keep saying them to Alexa because she's hanging out with Asuka.
Uncle Howdy's stubby rubber fingers, because of the things he puts on his hand, like his head, they keep hitting the wrong A in the phone directory. He aims for Asuka and just keeps hitting Alexa Bliss. Oh, me fingers are too bloody wide.
Match the keypad to continue. One to keep an eye on. Good character change around for Asuka. Talking of changes, William Regal has, in case you've missed this, he's gone from AEW. He did his final message, by the time you read this, I'll be dead, type thing on Dynamite the other week. PW Insider, give us an update, don't they?
Yes, they have confirmed that William Regal has officially come to terms on his new position with the company and will start in the first week of January. They are told that Regal will have a vice president position in the company when he returns, but they have not heard what his official title / role will actually be. But crucially, he's not allowed on TV until 2024 if they want to use him on TV.
Of course, they will want to use him on television as well. Get him on there. I saw a few comments from people saying that they can't tell Regal not to go on TV. I said, well, they can, because this is an agreement that they've met for him to go in the first place. It's a contractual agreement. It is akin to, Ursula saying to Ariel, sign this, but we'll take your voice away. It's a bit like that, but will he be back in 2024? Oh my gosh, that's when MJF's contract's up. Imagine if Regal brings in MJF in 2024.
And then Regal leaves WWE and goes back to AEW straight away.
It's like a weird version of Catch Me If You Can. Here I am on Impact. Whoop. New Japan strong. Regal broke his silence on his AEW departure in a tweet saying, there seems to be a lot of news about me getting spread around. There's enough people who really know me, although there are a few, as trust is a big issue with me, who know the truth. Unless you hear it from me directly, it is at best secondhand information. And another story from the 70s. I made that last bit up. If you listen to Gentleman Villain, he's one for a tangent. So yeah, that's Regal just adding a little, just saying, wait to hear it from me. But I think we kind of know what's happening.
Yeah, I think it all just makes sense, doesn't it?
It makes sense that he's going back. A vice president position. I will pitch that this could potentially be vice president of talent relations.
Vice president of talent development.
Well, there you go.
Because he said last week, didn't he? I want to live out my golden years training my son, little Charlie, with his friend Drew and his other friend, Damon Kemp.
And the others. It's a special time. You know what? I think around Christmas you do think about that, thinking like, I want to spend time with the family. I need to get them something great. Maybe something from Cultaholicshop.com, where you can buy yourself a Cultaholic FC bit of t-shirt kit action. I know we're out of the World Cup. Let's pretend that we're in the Twitch World Cup.
You can be on Blue Peter if you want. There's a Cultaholic Blue Peter bar, which is a tea time mug if you like that WTF moment stuff. There's a Barry the Shark signed by Tom Campbell, and there's something else down here. There's one of them.
That is not signed.
I don't know why I did that. That was a rush of blood.
Capitalism! We love it, and you love it as well.
I've always wanted to do that on camera, but I've never done it.
Wait, look, we're fulfilling dreams here.
Yeah, I know.
Like the dreams of people who would want to love that own their own Barry the Shark, which you can now do at Cultaholicshop.com. Sorry, I was lifted by the sheer quality of the goods available ahead of Christmas. Postal strikes permitting at Cultaholic.com. Come join us for some brand spanking new merch available this week, and when it's gone, it is gone.
And speaking of gone, Carl Anderson is gone.
Where's he gone?
New Japan Pro Wrestling once again.
Hopefully not forever.
Lovely segue. What is the story, Tom? I haven't read through it yet.
Don't you worry, I'll jump in. So Carl Anderson as one of the... How many down here are there? Carl Anderson, we've talked about a few times as as a connection with New Japan Pro Wrestling. He's kind of the bridge between WWE and New Japan. It's like Inoki with the WWF Martial Arts Championship back in the day, only very different. There's been lots of conversations about how Carl Anderson will see out his remaining dates for New Japan Pro Wrestling. PW Insider have added in the last few hours. While Carl Anderson is slated to return to New Japan this Wednesday to defend the never openweight title against Hikuleo. That is not intended to be his final appearance for the promotion, as PWInsider.com has learned from multiple sources that WWE and New Japan have come to terms on an agreement for Anderson to wrestle on the Wrestle Kingdom event at the Tokyo Dome, making him the first ever WWE contracted talent to work New Japan Pro Wrestling's biggest show of the year.
It feels like a gateway drug.
It does, doesn't it?
There's more to come.
Shoot it in me veins, man.
Carl Anderson is the weed. Is that right? I don't know my paraphernalia. And then we could have Roman Reigns, who is the full fat cocaine in years to come.
This is the beginning of something quite special. Wrestle Kingdom is also going to feature Kenny Omega from AEW facing Will Ospreay. It'll feature for the first time ever the IWGP Women's Championship defended at Wrestle Kingdom and an appearance by Sasha Banks. And now an appearance by a WWE talent.
New Japan are working with everybody at the moment, and it's that bit, isn't it, that New Japan have an agreement with WWE. Yes, it's not maybe the most groundbreaking agreement, but it is an agreement, and we've been in places before in the past where agreements couldn't be done. So, wow. What could this mean for the future?
I think this is arguably the most sort of decorated wrestling show of the modern era, really. I mean, obviously Forbidden Door had AEW and multiple other promotions coming together, including New Japan Pro Wrestling, others, and Impact and places like that. But I think to have a show which is New Japan, AEW, WWE, numerous highly touted other talents from around the world, including Sasha Banks. They are loading up Wrestle Kingdom this year.
It's the kick in the arse New Japan needed, because I learned from the hipsters upstairs that it's fallen off some way over the last couple of years. So I guess it's good to see them. The tide rising. It lifts all of the boats and the fishes, doesn't it, Tom?
That's exactly
that's
the
phrase.
Saying. The tide rises, lifting all the ships and all the boats. And we'll lift your wrestling news boats via cultaholic.com throughout the day. Oh, there's something down here.
What is it? Oh, Jaffa. There's something else down
Love you, bye. Oh, God. Love you, bye.